hey, 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 hey. Man, and another one. It's a new day, and another one. It's a new day.
When shit shines, when shit.
New day, new day. It's a new, hey, hey. New day, new day. It's a new, man, let's work. New day, new day. It's a new, man. New day, new day. It's a new, hey, man. New day, new day. It's a new, amen. Say amen. Yeah. Man, what's up with it, family? What's the damn deal, man? What's the damn deal? Man, let me officially welcome, for the first time to some, welcome back to most, to the Black Coffee Club. Hosted by yours truly, Junior the Truth, man. The most intentional morning circle on the planet. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate you all, man. If I had a million tongues, I couldn't tell it all, man. Salute to my brother. Salute to my brother Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean 440, man. He said, Onk alert. Real. He got some is all kind of sirens. Onk alert. Salute for coming through the chat with the Jew Owls. Thank you so much. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it, man. Salute to the family, man. Thank y'all so much, man, for taking the time to tune in. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate it. If I had a million tongues, I couldn't tell it all. I'm indeed your host, Junior the Truth. You can follow me everywhere via social media. I can be found with the handle Junior the Truth. It's JuniorTheTruth. And that's over all the social media platforms. But if you're really looking for me, man, you can come over to the hub. www.JuniorTheTruth.com. That's the hub. All things Junior the Truth, man. So salute to you all. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate you, man. Salute to everybody that's taking the time to tune in live. Even the people who haven't got here yet, salute to you all. Shout out to everybody that's catching the replay gang of Don't Bang. And shout out to everybody that's catching this via the podcast format. Salute to the podcast family. Hashtag Junior Mafia, my first love, me la familia, man. Thank y'all so much. Salute to my brother King Vonnie in the building. What's up with you? Salute to my brother Big Dez Kunky Dog, BCU family in the building. What's up with you? Salute to I Am Trio Will in the building. What's up with you? Salute to my brother Jelly Bean 4280 in the building. What's up with you? Salute to my brother Snipe, aka 4-ounce Sniper in the building. What's up with you, bro? Salute to my brother D-Man Jr. in the building. What's going on with you? Salute to Tiffy 2, my loved one in the building. What's up with you, loved one? Shout out to Tiffy 2. Salute to Felix Nunez, the artist in the building. What's up with it, man? Salute to you. Shout out to my brother I Am Trio Will in the building. You feel me, boy? I see you in the thumbnail, boy. Looking gooder than the government check, boy. Hey, man. You look like you getting ready to go meet Willie Johnson at the crossroad, man, and take his soul. You feel me? You look like you finna go meet Willie Johnson, the guitar player. You feel me? Slick Willie Johnson at the crossroads to make a deal for his soul. You feel me? The hellhounds is on your trail, boy. Salute to my brother I Am Trio Will, man. In that picture, boy, all that red looking like the devil himself. What's up with y'all, man? Salute to you, man. I forgot to say it, man. Early on, let me make sure our levels. We get the levels there. Boom, levels good there. Okay, boom. Man, this episode is going to it's a conversation with the family. And it's going to inform you all that emotional triggers are not random. They are often conditioned responses rooted in our past experiences. By understanding our past conditioning, recognizing our stress responses, and developing emotional awareness, there it is again. The family can stop living on autopilot and begin leading themselves with intention. The objective is to help the family understand that self-mastery is not the absence of emotion, but the ability to interrupt automatic reactions before they become destructive behavior. I know I said a whole lot, but we're going to unpack it. You feel me? We're going to unpack it. We're going to unpack it. So, have some of us use them quite often, but today, I want to challenge that thinking, right? The whole purpose of the day is to challenge that thinking, because I don't believe you lost control. I don't believe it for 1 second. I believe you gave that shit away. I believe you gave it away. And I believe it so much that that's my verdict for the day. You didn't lose control. You surrendered it to habits, conditioning, and reactions you never stopped to examine. Autopilot. You feel me? Autopilot. You didn't lose control. You surrendered it. You surrendered it. Yeah. Yeah. You didn't so much, in fact, that's actually the title of the show. You didn't lose control. You gave it away. You gave it away. Why emotional triggers hijack your behavior. Easy work. Easy work. Easy work. Salute to my brother Felix Nunez in the building, man, coming through, blessed in the chat, man, with the jewels. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you. Man, most people think emotional triggers come out of nowhere. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Your emotional triggers, they have a history. They have a pattern. Believe it or not, your emotional triggers, they actually have a story. I know you never thought about that. Think about the fact that your emotional triggers, they have a history. They have a pattern. They have a story. You understand what I'm saying? The argument was not just about today. The criticism wasn't just about today. The disappointment wasn't just about today. It's something older, something older, and it showed up wearing today's clothes. You feel me? Something older showed up wearing today's clothes. And before you knew it, you weren't responding to the present. You were reliving the past. I'm gonna rewind that, man, because I just said something and I really should shut the show down. We think that our emotional triggers come out of nowhere, but they don't. They have a history. They have a pattern. They have a story. And the argument that you had or are having, it's not just about today. The criticism's not about today. The disappointment was not about today. It's something older. Something older showed up wearing today's clothes. And before you knew it, 100% before you knew it, you weren't responding to the present. You were reliving the past. Man, let's get to work.
One, two, I've hustled harder than most. I'm a beast on these streets, got a revolver I tote. For these niggas trying to take me off the block where I post. Up daily, sip Baileys out the bottle and smoke.
Yes. 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 I see we got our skeletal crew here. Salute to the family. Shout out to everybody taking the time to tune in live, man. Salute to you. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the past, to the podcast family. Let's talk about conditioning. Let's talk about conditioning. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that they're reacting to what's happening right now. It's one of the biggest mistakes that we make. Most of the time, like you're not. We are not. Most of the time, we're not. We're reacting to what happened years ago. Years ago. Maybe a criticism reminds you of a parent who constantly made you feel like you weren't enough. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe the silence reminds you of an abandonment. Maybe the conflict reminds you of instability. You feel me? Maybe the failure reminds you of humiliation. Your brain, this is a bar. Your brain literally connects today's moments to yesterday's pain. Your brain will connect today's moment to yesterday's pain. Yeah. And this is for all my writers, man, and my note takers. This is something I want you to write down. Write it down in your planner. Shout out to everybody that has a Simple Truth Minute Man, your planner. It is August of 2026. Are you bullshitting? I want you to write this down. A trigger is often an old wound recognizing a familiar shape. A trigger is often an old wound recognizing a familiar shape. Yeah. The person standing in front of you may not be your real opponent. You feel me? Your past may be. Your past may be. And here's another truth. Salute to my brother AB showing love over on the Rumble. Rumble. Here's another truth. You are not always reacting to what's happening now. Sometimes you're reacting to what happened then. You are not always reacting to what's happening now. Sometimes you're reacting to what happened then. And that's why people sometimes respond with intensity that doesn't seem to match the situation. I said some people. I didn't mean people. I meant you. I meant me. I meant us. That's why we sometimes react and respond, or we react with intensity that doesn't seem to match the situation. But your body remembered. You feel me? Your body remembered. Man, I don't want to go all off into giving examples. You feel me? I don't want to go all off into giving examples, but you know, if you never been socked in your face before, or if you never had the cowboy piss slapped out of you, or you never got popped upside the head, you feel me? One of them good ones. Like for us, we used to, when we grew up. Now you feel me? I'm a 70s baby raised in the 80s. You understand what I'm saying? So you remember when you used to get them skin tight fades? Remember you used to go in the hood and people see that fade and they be like, "Woo, boy." And they slap you in the head. Pow. You feel me? Pow. If you never been slapped in the head real good, you understand what I'm saying? Your body reacts different. Yeah. Your body reacts. People get close to you, and you, to this day, I think that's why I don't like people behind me. You feel me? When I go to fights, literally, when I go to fights or sporting events in general, I always sit, I try to get on the lower level, but I try to sit in the back row of the lower level. You know what I'm saying? I try to sit with no seats are behind me. It's when I'm more comfortable. Yeah. Yeah. The body remembered. Yeah. The body remembered. Before the mind had time to think, the body remembered. And that's why I have another truth that is super important. And that truth is the body remembers before the mind explains. The body remembers before the mind excuse me. The body remembers before the mind explains. Yeah, family. What feels excessive today may have once been necessary for survival. Does that make sense? What feels excessive today may have once been necessary for survival. So we're walking around in this world where, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be on point, and you know, things that in the way that you react today may have been necessary for survival yesterday, but people be looking at you like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always, when I'm out moving around with my family, I'm always like on point, and I'm looking at, you know, I always carry a pocket knife, and I put my pistol in the car, and you know what I'm saying? My family be looking at me. I got a machete that I keep in my work van. We got ready to do our road trip this weekend, and my son, I got him a little baseball bat for baseball season, and his season's over. So now I carry the bat, and I just put the bat. I'm like, get that bat. I put the bat in the car. They looking at me like, what are you gonna do with the bat? And I'm like, well, hopefully I don't have to show you. Hopefully you don't have to see what I'm gonna do with this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? What feels excessive today may have once been necessary for survival some time ago. You feel me? But that's where we came up in the era, and we came up from a place that caused you to have to be prepared. You got to stay dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? Salute to my sister CC. CC say that all the time. Like you talk to CC be like, all right, see you later. Hey, be safe and stay dangerous. You feel me? Salute to CC. And salute to my brother Black. What feels excessive today may have once been necessary for survival, but survival patterns don't always serve a purpose. And eventually you have to ask yourself, is this reaction protecting me or preventing me from growing? And that's the truth. Salute to my sister Thrive and Glow with Joe. What's up with you, Joe? What feels excessive today may have once been necessary for survival, but the survival patterns don't always serve a purpose. And eventually you have to get to a point where you have to ask yourself, is this reaction protecting me or preventing me from growing? Yeah. So now let's briefly, let's talk about stress. Stress is not just mental, it's physical. When you're triggered, your body immediately starts trying to protect you. Fight, flight, freeze. Fight, flight, freeze. And sometimes even people pleasing. When you're stressed, your body will go to that. Sometimes even to people pleasing. Your body doesn't stop and ask, is this actually dangerous? It simply reacts. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why stress that's why stress can hijack your behavior. Yeah, stress will hijack your behavior. Here's today's reality. When stress takes over, your behavior stops being chosen and it starts being defended. When stress takes over, your behavior stops being chosen. You stop choosing your behavior and you start and it starts being defended. Think about that. How many arguments started because you were defending yourself in a real way? I don't know if y'all in here or not. I don't know if y'all listening. I don't know what y'all doing. But whatever y'all doing, that shit ain't working for me. Like I need to know how many times have arguments started because you was defending yourself. You feel me? Could be something simple. Somebody brings something to your attention, you defend yourself, then y'all start going back and forth. King Vonnie said that's real. Stress had me feeling sick with flu-like symptoms. Yeah, stress be fucking me up too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Joe said too many times. Yeah. How many times have arguments started because you were defending yourself? Not because you were actually listening. You understand what I'm saying? Not because you're actually listening, because somebody said something to you. You feel me? And you automatically started defending yourself because you grew up, you started defending that little boy that grew up that wasn't good enough or was misunderstood or whatever the case may be. Yeah. It's a whole lot. And so you defending yourself without actually listening. You understand? How many opportunities have you walked away from because your fear disguised itself as wisdom? How many opportunities have you walked away from because you were scared? That feeling set in. It was fear, but it was disguised as wisdom. How many relationships have suffered because your nervous system treated discomfort like danger? Because if you have any sort of relationship with people, it's going to be discomfort. Any sort of relationship, it's going to be discomfort. So family, not every alarm means a fire. I need you to write that down. Not every alarm means a fire. For those that take notes, not every alarm means fire. Yeah. And a trigger is the body sounding an alarm. That's what a trigger is. A trigger is your body literally sounding an alarm. But not every alarm means that there's a fire. Yeah. I know I'm going slow and I'm talking slow with my cadence, but this is the shit I really need. I really need us to, I feel like I do it a disjustice if I just blow through here. You feel me? But a trigger is the body sounding an alarm, but not every alarm means there's a fire. Yeah. And the problem is when we believe every alarm, and we believe every alarm that means it's a fire, then we spend our lives reacting. We snap, we shut down, we avoid, we procrastinate, we quit. And that reaction actually feels good for about 5 minutes. You feel me? For about 5 minutes. Yeah. But the consequences of our reaction last much longer. They last a whole hell of a lot longer. Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Let me get on through here. Y'all don't like talking about these emotional triggers. Well, fuck it. We here. Y'all like talking about these emotions and these triggers, but we here. And shit, how else we gonna get better? And I gotta be the one to sit here and tell you, man, that our emotional triggers are some bullshit. When our triggers go unchecked, it's some bullshit. And we create stressful situations in our lives when we refuse to acknowledge and control our emotions and manage our triggers, period. Yeah. Dad said day before yesterday, I had to temporarily crash. Yeah. All right, here's the good news. Triggers don't have to control you forever. You feel me? They don't have to control you forever, but they do have to be noticed. Like you do have to notice them and you have to pay attention to them because awareness changed everything. Everything we talk about, the fundamental piece and the fundamental component is awareness. Awareness changes everything. Autopilot says, I always do this. You understand what I'm saying? Awareness says, I notice I'm about to do this. That's a huge difference. That's a huge, huge difference. Yeah. Awareness creates space. Awareness creates space. Y'all hold on one second. All right. Bye. Apologies, y'all. My baby was calling me. I'll be having I gotta take them. She in another state. You feel me? Dad says, he says, day before yesterday, I had to temporarily crash. I was wrong, but only y'all know about it. J. King Vonnie said, he said, no judgment. There's no judgment. Nah, fuck that. If you was wrong, go apologize, bro. If you haven't done so already, bro. If you was wrong, go apologize, bro. You feel me? Listen to me. Autopilot says, I always do this. This is who I am. Awareness says, I notice I'm about to do this. I notice something about myself. That's a huge difference because awareness creates space, and it's space to think, space to breathe, and ultimately it's space to choose. You feel me? And here is the whole lesson in the day. Here's the whole medicine for the day. Leadership begins when you can observe the trigger without obeying it. The problem is not the triggers. The problem is not the acknowledgement of the triggers. The problem is obeying the triggers. Leadership begins when you can observe the trigger without obeying it. You can observe it. Don't become it. You can notice it. Don't surrender to it. You feel me? And then here's another truth. Shit, we just chock full of truth today. Autopilot makes you predictable to your worst habits. Autopilot makes you predictable to your worst habits. And awareness interrupts the loop. Awareness interrupts the loop. Yeah. Awareness says, I know why I'm angry. I know why I'm anxious. I know why I'm defensive. But I don't have to let this run today's decision. Yeah. And the truth is, family, that's not suppression. That's leadership. You're not pretending that the emotion is not there. You're simply refusing to let the emotion become your identity. As long as you are looking at it and you see it, it has not become your identity. Once you can't see it, then you know the motherfucker's in you. It's on you. That's you. You understand what I'm saying? Think about it. How many times have you told a person and you said, man, why are you acting like that? And they're like, what? What? What are you talking about? What? And you say, man, why are you mad? I'm not mad. I'm not mad. And you like, why are you yelling then? I'm not yelling. They can't see it any longer because they have become it. You understand what I'm saying? But when you look at it, you're not mad. You feel me? When you're looking at it, you're not mad. When you can see it, you're not yelling. You're still in complete control. Yeah. Joe said you're stepping on my toes. I don't mean to. I'm stepping on my own toes, though. You feel me? People be like, nah, if anybody has ever said that to you, like, man, why are you mad? I ain't mad. I'm not mad. Yes, you are. You're mad because you can no longer see the anger. You have become the anger. Man, that's a cheat code for y'all. Shit, let me, hang on, I'm finna get that shit up for myself. That in and of itself is literally a breakthrough. When you're in these spaces and you are dealing with triggers and you are dealing with emotions, you realize as long as you can still see the emotion, as long as you can still see the trigger, as long as you can see it and you can see those emotions, then you're not surrendering to them because you're looking at them. You feel me? Yeah. You're not surrendering to them. But once you don't see them shits, then you know you've become it. Yeah. But once again, you're not pretending that the emotions ain't there. You simply refusing to let them become your identity. And you're choosing your standards over your impulses. Yeah. You're choosing your standards over your impulses. Dad says, don't do apologies, fam. I take accountability. Even in taking accountability is a form of apology. You understand what I'm saying? Even in the form of apology. But you know better than that, bro. You know, man, as men, bro, as leaders, we have to admit that we're wrong, man. And we have to do apologies. We have to, at times. Man got to admit when he's wrong. You feel me? apologize, take accountability, and take the atonement. That's just life. That's just the life of being a leader. You understand what I'm saying? Let's close this out though. Let's get out of here before I get triggered. You are going to be triggered again. Like, that's a fact. You feel me? We are us. You feel me? The most of us are Generation X. We've been here. We know what's going on. We know this life. We are in this relationship with life where we know that we are going to be triggered again. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after that. Shit, it might be before this day is over. That's life. But here's the challenge. The next time you feel yourself reacting, pause. Motherfuckers always say pause for some gay shit. I really wish motherfuckers would start to pause when they feel themselves getting angry. You feel yourself being triggered, pause. Like, that's the appropriate way we should be using this shit. You feel me? I never understood why men run around here with dick on their mind so much. Y'all had to excuse me. I didn't wreck this whole show. Like, I don't understand why men are running around in this space where they have so much penis on their brain that they can't say a sentence without saying pause. You need to be saying pause when you feel your emotional triggers. So I'm gonna say that again. The challenge is next time you feel yourself starting to react, like you feel yourself, for me, I start feeling my mouth twitching. I'm getting ready to say something. My standard require right now. You understand what I'm saying? What does my standard require right now? Those three questions will change your life. You understand what I'm saying? Because they interrupt autopilot. Yeah, and choice is where leadership begins. I'm literally talking about myself. I feel myself getting into these arguments and I pause. What am I feeling? Where have I felt this before? And what does my standard require right now? It might require me to be quiet. It might require me to pull my level down. It might require me to remove myself from the situation, which is a lot of instances in my life now. I just remove myself from the situation. But those three questions can literally save your life because they interrupt the autopilot. They restore choice. And choice is where your leadership begins. Remember this. You didn't lose control. You simply gave it away. Now you can take that motherfucker back. Not by pretending you don't have emotions. We ain't doing that. Not denying your past. We ain't doing that. But by understanding your conditioning. Like, that is a conditioning. The way that you react to stuff in all of these different instances is a conditioning. You are conditioned. And you got to recognize your triggers. And you got to refuse to let yesterday's wounds make today's decisions. Because the fact is, self-mastery ain't about eliminating emotions, man. Maintaining your standards is not about raising your standards. It's not about eliminating emotions. It's about leading yourself through them. Yeah. Salute to A Spiegel. What's up with you, homie? He said, what up, bro? He said, conditioned and indoctrinated. That's a fact. Salute to Be About a Farms. He said, top of the morning to you. Are we still bullshitting? You feel me? Are we still bullshitting? It is August the 5th, y'all. We still bullshitting? Yeah. Felix said, what if they deserve spazzing though? This is the crazy thing I had to realize, bro. Because a lot of people deserve me to punch them in their face, bro. Like, a lot of people deserve for me to act the fuck out, right? But what does my standard say? You understand what I'm saying? What does my standard say? And that's what I got to adhere to. What does my standard say? Because my standard is lined up, lock in step, and zeroed in on my purpose. So what does the standard say? And if your standard says, hey, man, you need to spaz out on this motherfucker right here, then, hey, man, what am I to do? But in most cases, that's not my standard. You feel me? you know, I'm a player, man. I don't even raise my voice. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even raise my voice. Yeah. I ain't physical. Nah, man, I ain't physical. I'll be in pop somebody, man, before I get in the fist fight. Fuck a tussle. You feel me? But at the end of the day, man, what does your standard say? Even if a person deserves this pass, because a lot of times people deserve a lot of things. Yeah. Yeah. Refusing to let yesterday's wounds make today's decisions, man. It's not about eliminating emotions. It's about leading yourself through it. I'm going to leave you with this. You don't overcome emotional triggers by pretending that they are not there. You don't overcome emotional triggers by pretending they're not there. You overcome emotional triggers by understanding the conditioning, recognizing the stress response, and refusing to live on autopilot. That's leadership. That's self-mastery, and that's how you raise the standard, man. Hey, I'm Junior the Truth, man. This is the Black Coffee Club, the most intentional morning circle on the planet. Really, truly, genuinely appreciate you all. Today's show was brought to you by the Simple Truth Minute Manual, man. You need a system. It is the 1-hour book as well as the planner, the 1-hour book that will change the way you watch the clock, written by yours truly, Junior the Truth, and the 2026 personal planner, which includes the self-mastery blueprint. Both available at www.theminutemanual.com. That's www.theminutemanual.com. Today's show is also brought to you by the Black Gentleman Grooming Company. We do have a line of all natural handcrafted grooming products specifically with you in mind. So be sure to come check us out, www.theblackgent.com. That's www.theblackgent.com.